Yeah, life is king, I think, in most builds, isn't it? This one I've not got a lot of life, but I've got good life steal, so... You see, I've got life actually missing. That's permanent. That is actually me at 100% life right now. But my life steal ring takes away that percentage there, so... Oh my god. That dodge just saved my life. I mean, I'd have got a res, but... Got crazy damage boosts, to be honest with you. So it'll be interesting to see how I do. Because this definitely hasn't been like crazy run for getting good damage. But got some good boosts there for health and stuff, so I shouldn't really die, but you never know, do you? Oh, hang on. Watched it. That life steal there is crazy. Especially when I do the charged attack, it just gives me like half my health back. There's one more room. The ring does almost the same if you don't care about stat on full focus. I like to use my focus, that's the thing. I like that variety in the abilities, you know, so I can mix it up. Depending on the situation of what's going on. Okay. Echo Night time. And you can lifesteal, yeah, with that ring. What's the name of that ring raptor, do you know? Let's go with some potions just to be on the safe side. Just enough armor to just survive and keep healing there. Played it a bit reckless, but I just wanted to test it out. Didn't get many damage boons there, which didn't help, but I had some good tanky ones, thankfully. Now, I don't know if I'll just talk through how this kind of works a bit more compared to the claw build. So like the main difference on the weapon to the claw is I've got damage against large enemies. Because like I said, the claw build like that it does struggle a bit against groups, whereas this just doesn't. It's just hitting so hard, you're almost one-hitting stuff sometimes, just even off your basic attacks. But the fact it's in fast range as well helps. And these weapons are just like so good for... The basic attack is really strong, the Tempest Kick is really strong. It's like a slower hitting version of the claws, but it hits so hard and heavy, and it's really mobile as well. So I do really like this set. But you can try over Gauntlets if you really want to. But I'm going to be doing an update on the Wolverine build as well, with some lifesteal similar to this to update it. But yeah, lifesteal is a must with this to get that healing there. And then you want the healing here on at least 3 pieces. You could go for 4, but I think it's overkill because you've got the gem slots here. So I've got a healing gem slot here and here. Then I've got 20% healing based on durability and helmet, pants, gloves. That gives you like 105% healing. With this added on, so this ring's a must as well. As soon as I go under 50% health, I do that slam kick after sprinting, and you'll see my health just jump from like 10% to 80%. So this is me at max health right now. There's a bit of health missing, but this is actually my max health because of this ring. It takes away health, and it shows you it visually. But it's absolutely worth it for that boost in lifesteal. It's crazy. This is why I can keep spamming, because this gives you stamina back. I was just talking about this in chat with a couple of people that were using it in their build like this, and it does work better, I think. So I've spec'd a lot more into stamina, which I'll talk about. And the more stamina you've got, obviously, the more you get back with this, because it's a percentage. Sorry, not meant to go into that. Yeah. Overall speed, similar to the claw build. This is really nice. Just for the move speed. Like, I am super fast. Like, I can run around enemies sometimes and not even have to dodge and just like start punching. It's really nice. In terms of like the damage side of it, obviously I've gone with the heat enchant because it frees up the damage slot for the large enemies, and then I run the heat damage on here for extra damage, physical damage here. So all I do, pop the heat enchant, it's only 50, and I've got heat damage, and the heat damage really does tick up really nicely on bosses, you'll see it. It does work quite nice. The enchant lasts for, I believe it's 1 minute. I believe it's 1 minute. That looks like a minute to me. It might even be longer than that. Damage surge is 2 minutes, and I think this is 1 minute, but it's a good amount of time. Like, you feel it in the fight. You don't feel like you need to keep spamming it. So it's a good amount of time there for that to be used up. And by the time it comes back, it's a quick animation to get it going again. It's no problem. Tempest kick insanely good as well. You saw that a few times in the run. And yeah. I think other than that, really, obviously, you want to run the damage decrease because your armor is not the best. So I've got 3. Then here I've got it decreased to full focus because you are going to be at full focus quite a lot. But I might change this to go to one of these as well because I do use my focus quite a bit. Burn damage increased helps with the ticks of the burn damage, and I think it is actually really good against tanky enemies because it all adds up. The ticks can get really high, and they happen quite often as well. So really good to just finish off some big enemies and just let them burn out sometimes. Stamina recovery I've got on 2 just to help with that. But other than that, you know, the rest is kind of up to you, you know. I need to replace this drain and health on combat on one of these because I don't want 2 because it doesn't, yeah, it's not very good to have 2. But you can change the rest to regainable health is nice because you'll see a little orange bar. If I hit the enemy I get that back and the lifesteal on top, so it just adds on to the lifesteal basically. So you could run more regainable health if you want to. Stats wise I've run a bit of extra health on this build because obviously they're missing health. I've gone into stamina instead of focus, so this is basically like a stamina build because you don't need as much focus for this. I only use the spinning and kick when there's groups of enemies sometimes, whereas the claw build, I use that claw attack all the time, like because it's so strong for just wiping enemies out and deleting them. Does the infusion stack with the enchantment? No, it doesn't. You only want 1. So if I put heat enchant onto this weapon with the heat enchanted rune, it wouldn't stack. I've tested it already. The reason I run it on the weapon is because it's just a free damage slot on the weapon then. Because I'm using basic attacks. If this was something where I'm spamming rune attacks a lot, I wouldn't run. I'd use the heat on the enchant slot instead. But yeah, hope that explains the gear and the stats a bit there. Still heavy into dex as well. I maybe want to take this focus point out actually, but yeah, just get enough quick load to be in the fast range. And run something like this. Your armor's at 30%, 29%. But it doesn't matter because you've got this damage decreased here. Same combination with the indestructible, unrepairable. You're going to always have 30% damage reduction. That helps a lot. Your resists are going to be crazy because you're running cloth. I mean, I'm running 3 cloth and then 1 plate gloves just to get that extra boost. My gloves almost do the same as my chest, so that's a really nice boost. So I highly recommend just throwing those plate gloves in there and then bring your equip load in to match it to fast range. You don't have to do fast range, but it feels really nice being like a super quick, almost like monk. I've called this the Kang build, but because he is kind of a monk, isn't he? But it does feel like a monk. The animations are super nice. But feel free to adjust it, you know, it's so strong. It's so strong this. It's almost too easy to play. Just because you can get your full health back in this sprint kick, this where I'm sprinting around, that gives me almost my full health back. It's crazy, just that. And you'll see that against the Echo Knight, like it's actually insane. But hopefully that explains it in terms of the stats. And I'm going to do some more builds for the Assassin build. I'm going to update that, and also a Wizard build with the ring that I just got here. Which is very interesting. So the Harry Potter build and the Assassin's Creed build are going to be the next 2 that I'm going to work on. But yeah, this one, really cool, really fast gameplay, risky, but holy crap, it pumps out damage. It's insanely strong. You can buy these from Alaria, by the way, so just go to that vendor and you can get these. I think she sells them at tier 2, so